What's up gamers, Jem here, and just recently I released a video talking about that we finally have the understanding of how free-to-play games work on Stadia with the example given by Super Bomberman R Online. There were a few mistakes and confusion made in the video. This video will hopefully address those confusions and clear those mistakes up, but before I do that, I want to make sure we're on the same page here and make sure it's absolutely clear to everyone watching this video. There are exactly two ways of playing Super Bomberman R Online. The first way is simply having a Stadia Pro account and playing the game. The second way is that if you do not have a Stadia Pro account, then you will need to spend $10 on the premium edition of Super Bomberman R Online to play. I hope that is clear for everyone, and I do agree that this is not free to play. I mentioned this already in the previous video and I'll mention it again. The Stadia team has never used the term free to play on Stadia, because if they did, then it would be a lie, so therefore they have never used the term free to play on Stadia. So I think I understand the confusion here. It's because I keep saying free to play and I keep writing that on my video titles and descriptions. If that is the case, I do apologize for the confusion. Let me help make this clear. When I say free to play, I don't actually mean literally playing a game for free. I know by definition that's what it is, but what I mean is a type of game. For example, we have free-to-play games on other platforms such as Fortnite, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty Warzone. These are free-to-play games. Can we all agree on that at least? You simply just download and install the game and you are playing for free. You don't purchase anything. That's what makes those games free to play. Now here's the confusion part. Now that you agree that those games are labeled as free to play games, what happens if those free to play games end up coming to Stadia? Well, that's what my previous video was all about. Destiny 2 and Super Bomberman R Online are both free to play titles on other platforms, and they are both on Stadia. But the confusing part is that these two games are not free to play on Stadia. In fact, you need a Stadia Pro subscription to play the base version of these games. You cannot purchase the base versions of these games. They are exclusive to Stadia Pro. However, if you do not have a Stadia Pro account, then you will have the option to purchase a specific DLC such as the Premium Pack or Collector's Edition or whatever the developers have called it. And you will be able to purchase one of those DLCs and you will now have access to play the game without Stadia Pro. So these two games are free to play on other platforms, but they are not free to play on Stadia. This is where I believe the confusion in my previous videos have been. When I talk about free to play games on Stadia, I don't mean literally playing a game for free. I am merely just saying that these are labeled as free-to-play games on other platforms and they are on Stadia. I know I'm going to get a comment right now saying, how do I know that Super Bomberman R Online is an actual free-to-play game and on other platforms? Well, a few weeks ago we had a PEGI rating that said, and I quote, Super Bomberman R Online is a free-to-play Bomberman game. These PEGI rating descriptions are provided by the publisher. The publishers are the ones who writes these. They are fully aware that Super Bomberman R Online is a free-to-play game. So how do I know it's coming to other platforms? Recently, Stadia published a new community blog with the new Stadia Pro September titles revealed. In one of those statements, it mentioned that Super Bomberman R Online is coming to Stadia first, meaning that this game is coming to other platforms, and using the knowledge with the PEGI description, this game will be truly free to play on other platforms. This game is labeled as a free to play game, but on Stadia it is technically not free to play. Super Bomberman R Online Base Edition is exclusive to Stadia Pro. This is the same for Destiny 2. Thanks to a Stadia Cast Discord community member, Art by Committee, took some time out of their busy life to spend a few minutes researching on what the Destiny 2 based edition looks like for a Stadia user who doesn't have Stadia Pro. I found out that the Stadia users without Stadia Pro can't even find the Destiny 2 base edition in the store. I had to provide the direct store website link for them to click on, and then they provided me the screenshot that says you need Stadia Pro to restore the ability to play the game. So I'm gonna repeat myself again. Destiny 2 and Super Bomberman are online, are both labeled as free-to-play games on other platforms, but they are not by definition free-to-play on Stadia. The whole reason why I even made these free-to-play videos was to show and figure out how free-to-play games will work on Stadia. Now we know how those free-to-play games from other platforms will work on Stadia. Let's use a random example. Let's say, for example, Call of Duty Warzone comes to Stadia. We know that this is labeled as a free-to-play game for other platforms, but when it comes to Stadia, this game will have a base edition which is pretty much the game itself and will be exclusive to Stadia Pro members. If you do not have a Stadia Pro account, then you will have the option to purchase some sort of premium pack that will also allow you to have access to the game without Stadia Pro. I really hope this clears up a lot of confusion, and I do apologize for confusing some users when I kept referring to free-to-play games on Stadia. I hope now you understand what I mean when I say free-to-play games on Stadia. Thank you for watching my video. This is Jem, and I'll see you on the next one.